Hey everybody, and welcome to Hex Token channel. Your host Superman in the house, and of course we got a lot of cool stuff to happen. So welcome. We're doing a special preview of the top top 4 NFT marketplaces. Also, we're going to highlight a few of the Pulsechain native NFT collections that are out at the moment. Just a couple of those. There's lots more rolling out there than what I'm going to be covering. But of course, this is a pretty big market in crypto. You either have on Ethereum, you have ERC20s, which will be PRC20s tokens on Pulsechain, of course, and you also have PRC 721, ERC 721s or NFTs on Ethereum, and of course PRC 721s on Pulsechain. And that whole market's really going to explode on Pulsechain, which is going to be really cool as well. Obviously, there's also other contracts, hybrid ones like 1155s, but we're just going to focus on these NFTs, which are pretty cool. We're going to do a quick preview of that, of course. Then we get into Pulsechain markets about we've got 3 sections of the live stream. We're going to do the NFTs up first and highlight some of the big NFT marketplaces coming. They're a big deal. We're going to look at the valuations as well of how big NFT markets are in crypto. We're also going to look at Pulsechain health and how the Pulsechain prices are going. Then we're going to get into all the Pulsechain updates, DeFi, including liquid loans and a few others out there that provide some updates. So stay tuned for all that. In the meantime, of course, we've got a big poll in the house there for the NFTs. Will you pick up any NFTs on your Pulsechain? Pulsechain, NFTs, are a bit like some of them are a bit like artwork collections. Others have utility. Like GameFi NFTs or a DeFi NFTs. So there's different types around, and of course your classic artwork out there as well. Thinking of your Bored Apes and your punks and your cats and things like that. So there's a few. So we've got a question there. Will you pick up some NFTs on Pulsechain? Yes, I don't own any yet. Yes, own some already. That may be the fact that you've picked up some native Pulsechain ones, or you've got some copies from some fork copies from Ethereum, or course maybe and nope. So get in there as well. Now, most of the time we spend our time in the DeFi side. So typically ERC20, PRC20s. But it's always good to cover a big part of crypto, which is 721s as well, the NFTs. So we're going to cover all that. Really, really cool. All right, let's get into it. Let's say hello to everybody, and we're going to get into the content of the live stream. We've got a big lineup today, so we're going to be racing through it. Stay tuned. Let's see who's jumped in the chat, though. Probably got a few more people. Let me just change the studio around a little bit here. We've got Lies Beneath in the house there. How are you today? Always good, and thanks very much, Lies. We got Hex, EHEX, PLSX, Center for the 100%. I love saying this, the golden crypto, and of course by Richard Hart. So we're looking forward to it. Early days. Charity's in the house as well. Good to see Charity. We've got Hexagrator as well. What's up? Good to see Hexagrator. 55 tons today, not 20 tons, 55. That's the way we rock and roll here. And, of course, we've got Sandy Beach as well. Hello, Hex Token, everybody. Sandy Beach, of course, a rising influence on Twitter. Big shout out to Sandy. Does wonderful updates as well. Now, I've got to execute day 9, Sandy, of my walk today. So, remember, I've had some setbacks with guests coming and things like that. But day 9, I'm going to try and execute that today after the live stream. Should be good. Lost in Crypto in house as well. Hello, peeps. Should I move from V2 back to V1? Pulse liquidity. Not sure what you mean by that, but jump into the Discord. You can talk about that later on. Pump it. Let's go, says Dan. Absolutely. Win Lambo. Yeah, win Lambo in the future, no doubt. If you like your Lambos, maybe you like a Tesla. Maybe Tesla's your thing, or maybe an good old Ford or something like that. Wookie has an idea for an NFT. Good one, Wookie. Let us know in the Discord. That's what we've got. We've got this free Discord. Get in there, share your ideas, and you can get some feedback from the community as well. Joe Fish as well. Hey, Superman, long time listener. Finally had a chance to join live. Thanks for your channel. Hey, you're welcome there, Joe Fish. Appreciate your support as well, and glad you can make it today. Kimberto as well. Cheers, Superman and family from sunny Miami. Good to see you, sunny Miami. Now, that reminds me of the Highest of Stakes is out in theaters, so get your tickets if you're in the United States. We're going to be traveling there. Pick up some tickets for there, and, of course, take your friends and family. The more we sell out, the bigger it will be. And, of course, we'll get the more attention we'll get, especially with the streamers, which is the second phase of things. So definitely don't forget that. Also, the Pulse Tour is on at the moment. So maybe you can grab yourself some tickets to the Pulse Tour. with SJ Live as well. So those two big events are happening. And of course, on the 4th is the main premiere there in premiere launch in Miami. And there's going to be the online conference as well. There's so many things, honestly, going on so good in our community. We're an amazing community. Sandy Beach as well. I'll be doing my workout tweet after the stream. Nice one, Sandy. That is the Discord link if you want to join our Discord. That's for sure. And Charity says, not about Lambos, but win no debt. That's funny, Charity. That's very funny. Christian says, I tried to get some whiz from Hocus Pocus on Ethereum, and it says no liquidity. Okay, I'm not even sure. You might have to follow up with them on that, Christian. Hexforce 1. Hello, Hexkins. Good to see Hexforce 1 has landed. And of course, Christian's here getting in front running. Oh, this is the topic for the end of the live stream, but Christian's bringing up to the front there. Did you get the PHUX airdrop list today? We're going to talk about that later on. And we got Bob Fishking as well. Good to see you as well in the chat there. Very cool. Welcome, welcome. Let's get into it, folks. Let me bring in the share the screen. Let's share the screen. And bam. All right, here we are with NFTs. Don't forget to get into the poll. We'll have a look at the poll once we get through this first section. Here we are with the NFT Marketplace monthly volume for Ethereum. This is on a monthly basis, and looking back 12 months, we can see that, got a couple of marketplaces that really dominate on Ethereum. And we've got OpenSea, of course, many of you will know. And you can see it in the blue there as I highlight it. And, of course, at the moment, you can see the volumes really tapering off in May, June, July. Have you noticed that? The blue volume there really tapering off. This month, the total for July so far is 190. Obviously, the month's not finished, 190 million. But last month, it was 558 million. 558 million. And in the previous month, in May, it was 665 million. But in February, it was up 1.68 billion. So really has tapered off there as we've come into the US summer. The other big thing, of course, you can see is not only is OpenSea very big when it's blue, but green you can see is Blur. And of course, Blur is often, a cause for gas prices as well. If you look at the composition of gas prices, Blur is out there causing, havoc there on the old gas prices too, especially when there's a big NFT launch by a big NFT creator, something like that, or a big NFT dev. You often see the gas prices spike up really big. Of course, recently we've seen that spike up with the with Jack Levin and his little vampire token. And that's what happens when an NFT launches. The whole gas price spikes, and everyone wonders what the heck's going on. Why is it costing me $150 or $500 or whatever it's going to be on the Ethereum network, which makes Pulsechain look even better, right? Pulsechain looks even better. Anyway, so that is kind of the volume side. You can see the trend is your friend. That's the last 12 months. Let's have a look at the all-time. And, of course, we had our bull market, of course, 2021, and you can see the volumes are huge. At the top there, we had 5.35 billion. 5.35 billion, and OpenSea was doing 4.8 billion. So it's a pretty big market. And of course, in Pulsechain, you get the chance to not only buy and sell native Pulsechain NFTs, but also all the legacy forked NFTs from Ethereum will be copied. So those people holding it over there, hold them over on Pulsechain. And so they're most welcome to come and trade on Pulsechain and all the new NFT markets that are about to launch on Pulsechain. So it's a pretty big deal from that point of view. It's a big part of the crypto market, and we welcome them. We know that a lot of celebrities and other people, politicians have been getting into NFTs, so it's been a pretty big deal. Trump NFTs, thinking of those things like that. There's a lot of NFTs around, and have the Kardashians done an NFT? Maybe the Kardashians, but that was being pretty popular too. All right, so you can see the trends definitely has tapered off as we're in a bear market. And, you can see it really hitting at the moment. So, about just over $500 million in volume at the moment. It looks like that we're ticking over in the last couple of months, every month. So that is kind of the market. That leads us into our own NFT markets. Now, obviously, we've got our own big native marketplaces coming. Haven't heard anything about these ones signaling that they're coming, OpenSea or Blur, but they may come to Pulsechain eventually. But in any case, we've got our own native ones coming that are going to be pretty big to fill the space. And we need big marketplaces. It's going to mean that people can go and look at all the collections of NFTs, the legacy NFTs that will be forked over, and the trading can really start manifesting, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's a big deal. So the first one on the list that's likely to launch first at this stage is the Mintra. And of course, this is led by one of the big influencers in our community that hasn't streamed for about a year or so, but is Gerardo. And, he used to be one of the top streamers and still got, some of the top subscriber counts. And, of course, he's been involved in this Mintra market and, of course, the smartest NFT marketplace on-chain fee sharing ecosystem. That's the cool thing about this too, is that with the Pulsechain ecosystem, you get to own the platforms, which is so cool. That's a huge big deal in the tokenomics of Pulsechain. You get to own the ownership tokens, you stake them, and you get a share of the fees that get traded. That's wonderful, right? So you're the one that gets the payback. And of course, if there's royalties on NFTs, you get the royalties, things like that. So it's really powerful. Pulsechain is a game changer, not just from having people buy and sell, but by the ownership structures where you get to share the profits if you decide to buy the native token of that platform. So Mintra obviously is pretty exciting, and of course had a sacrifice as well. So you've got this is on testnet at the moment, test.mintra.pro, and you can see all the different ones that are being traded on the testnet. It's coming to mainnet very quickly, and of course the audit's being done, so it's kind of neat there. Highest volume, and of course you can see all the highest volume ones here, and you can see a lot of favorites that you've seen. Pulsecats here, Hexfunks. You've got the Zen crypto NFTs for minting. You've got the Pulsecats. There's lots of cool things that are ticking away here on the Mintra testnet, which is probably going to launch first. First move advantage is a big deal, right? So we're looking to see who makes it. But at this stage, it does look like Mintra is at the front of the pack. It's going to be very close, though, as well. We'll talk about some of the other marketplaces. This is market number one. We've got the community collections, of course. We've got sitting in here, Staker class NFTs, 5555. Got lots of cool things like that. The Wattses, we are all SA. There's Zen Torrents, the big NFT DeFi ones. So they're all there. We've got all the legacy collections, and this is a really big deal. Ethereum, obviously, Richard Hart forked Ethereum on the 10th of May at 10:36 UTC time. And of course, it wasn't just the ERC20s, it was also the ERC721, the NFTs, and of course the 1155 contracts too. And of course, they are over here. And of course, they have been put in the data here, picked up by Mintra and other NFT teams. And you got the legacy collections forked from Ethereum. So you got all the big famous ones that have caused so much commotion. The Doodles, the Other Deed. You've got the Bored Ape Kennel here, and you've got Bored Ape Yacht Club. There really are Cool Cats down here, Mutant Ape Yacht Club. They're all here, and you can see the total supply of theirs as well. So that means if you're over on Ethereum, you've got your copy over here, and of course these can be bought and sold over on Pulsechain. It's going to be fun to see that play out for sure. That's a big deal. So we're going to look for that. We've got some sales going on the testnet here. We've got some Wolf selling here. We've got some Zen Torrent selling, some Staker class stuff selling there. Really is cool to see. And then we've got the auctions as well. So this is bodes really well, having a marketplace. Obviously going to turn over a lot of volume, and the fees are going to be shared back to people within the Mintra. And so it's really cool. So you can obviously explore on here. You can create an NFT collection as well with the dashboard and launchpad. You can launch NFTs. I love it. It's going to make it so much easier for people. And then, of course, let's have a quick look at some of those. We've got some drops as well. Some drops in here. There's lots of features, collections here as well going on at the moment. So really is pretty cool on this. What else? We got the auctions. There's auctions on here. If there's an auction on, you can see a couple auctions running at the moment on the testnet. And you got some sales stuff as well. So it really is pretty powerful. Look at the animations. I love the animations. I think Mintra's done a beautiful job of the site. Obviously, you can create as well on a dashboard. You can deploy a new collection. Often deploying new collection actually could be quite hard on some platforms, but it's really easy here. You got deploy there, and just you can set that up. It's pretty neat. You've also got a launch pad as well. You got the token standard, collection name, symbol, cost. They really have made it easy to get things up and running. This is going to be pretty popular. So, hey, look, you may see a lot of influencers in the Pulsechain Hex space get into creating their own line of NFTs. Maybe we might see a crypto coffees collection or a hexologist collection or something like that. Going to see some pretty fun stuff in here. Now, obviously, if you've got the Mintras, you've participated in the sacrifice, or you buy and sell on the market after it's launched, you'll be able to stake your Mintra, and of course, you'll be able to get a share of the benefits there, which will be pretty cool. So I think they're going to be paying out in Pulsechain, Pulsechain fees. So if you want to get more Pulse, you want a business to generate you some Pulse revenue, rather than you trying to buy and sell yourself to get more Pulse. you can just get some Mintra and benefit from all the trading and get that pulse flow into your account there. That's pretty cool. There's also some burn function as well for the Mintra to make the deflationary as well. So that's kind of cool because remember the sacrifice is the total supply there. And you got some analytics as well, which is pretty neat as well. So pretty tremendous site here. It's got everything in it, DeFi and NFTs. Really cool. And they've got some requests as well. You can provide some requests and get some new features and things like that or something like that. Kind of cool. And they've got the FAQ as well. So really have thought about everything is the old Mintra. And that's pretty exciting. So that is the test site at the moment. I'm going to post you a link to that if you want to play around. But testnet v4 that will be on, and that's probably going to launch first, as my guess is this testnet on Mintra. So looking amazing. I think it's brilliant. Really is cool. That leads us on to number 2, folks. Let's go on to number 2. And number 2 is Pixel Park from Power City. Obviously, Power City is one of our top 3 DeFi ecosystems. So we're thinking of Liquid Lines, Power City, and the PH ecosystem, or PH universe, as they call themselves. But Power City will be having Pixel Park. Now they're also talking about having some features that we haven't seen in NFT markets that is a game changer. But they won't be launching with those straight away because obviously they've got lots of other DeFi protocols launching, like the Earn protocol and the Core and everything else that they're launching, Amplifier. And so, yeah, they've got a lot of work on. But they're progressing those pretty well for Power City, and Pixel Park is coming up as well. Now, they're obviously, who gets moves first. This is a big deal in NFT marketplaces, especially if your NFT marketplace is really quite cool, like the Mintra one. So there's a bit of a healthy competition to get out early on the old NFT marketplaces and get the attraction. But of course, Power City's got a huge community. There's some pretty big influencers like KDP and Just Ask Jesse as well. Yeah, it's going to be fun to see that play out as well. But obviously, you're up against Gerardo, who's a big influencer in the Pulsechain space as well. So it's going to be fun there. I like that. You guys like it? I do. So it's going to be fun to see that as well. So looking good. Now, the other thing with the NFT marketplace on Pixel Park is that they also have boxable homes as well. They have a partnership with boxable homes, and Power City's proved itself to be very good at bringing on board partnerships, which is very important to extend your market and offerings as well. Very, very cool for that from Pixel Park. So that's kind of cool. We're looking forward to that, and they may end up launching their basic aspect of that early. That's kind of what we're expecting there at the moment. So we're going to play that as well. Dan says, Mintra already trading on Pulsex? No, has not launched yet. Only on testnet is trading testnet v4, Dan. It's not on live yet. But like I say, it may very well be first live. And those who sacrifice for Mintra will, be up first for, we're getting the airdrops of the token. Sorry, no, the Mintra token there, or Mint token, I should say, and be able to trade that. So that is that one on the Pixel Park. So kind of cool. We're looking forward to their website, their site here as well. Now you can actually see on Power City site there, you can go to apps and you can go to Pixel Park, which is one of their dApps, and you can see a little bit of a clue there about how that will look. So kind of neat there with the old pictures of the NFTs, top collections, and we'll look forward to seeing their site when it's up. Pixel Park, they say, will be an exciting new NFT marketplace exclusive to Pulsechain using ERC 721s and 1155 contracts. All right, so those are NFTs. This versatile marketplace will allow users to create and launch digital works and purchase, trade, and stake NFTs. Pixel Park will open the door for vibrant economies on Pulsechain by offering the best non-fungible tools possible. Pixel Park will also play an important role in the Power City ecosystem, as well as the Power City play to earn metaverse. And I'm looking forward to that too. I think that's going to be quite neat. So looking forward to that sort of GameFi NFT aspect there from the looks of it. All right, so that is coming up there. We expect a lot more from them, so stay tuned for that. That is number 2. Let's go to a number 3 here, and that is NFT on Pulse from the How to Pulse crew. And of course, NFT on Pulse, the Pulse crew. How to Pulse, of course, has been a huge educational provider. So they've got 15,500 followers, which is fantastic, and they've been providing updates on Pulsechain for the last 2 years. They have been amazing. Of course, Walrus was in that team and amazing stuff that they've done for the community. Now, they've obviously got their sacrifice on at the moment, so you can actually participate still in their sacrifice, which is on NFT on Pulse. So we're going to have a quick look at that. And yeah, you can go to the sacrifice info at the moment, and you can still participate. They've got a pretty modest amount there. It's really surprising, probably because people are a little bit exhausted with sacrifices, but their one's still up at the moment. So if you want to look at that sacrifice, definitely, yes, you guys know I'm not generally talking about sacrifice projects anymore, unless it's a standout, right? So unless it's something that's really cool, and I think How to Pulse fits that category. So definitely you can check that out if you want. And they've still got a very modest sacrifice amount on that moment. There's 19 days and 10 hours to go until the sacrifice ends for How to Pulse. But they actually have a massive following, right? They have a massive following on there. So we'll be looking forward to seeing where they land with that as well. Owners of the HTP token can stake and earn passive income from every sale on the NFT on Pulsechain market, payday every day in Pulse as well. So don't you love these marketplaces? You're getting paid in Pulse all the time. It can't be too bad, right? Can't be too bad on that one. So that is pretty neat there as well. So definitely check out that. Now, obviously, they have got the beta out. You can try the beta version for yourself. So let me post this link as well, the Twitter link, if you want to check that out. That's pretty cool. They're all playing out in Pulse. I love that. That's kind of neat. That is How to Pulse. So this one here, you could probably get in early on, become a whale on this one as well. And they have a big community. So they've got some decent reach as well. I think they may have to do a bit more work on getting the knowledge of the sacrifice out. But apart from that, they're doing a pretty good job on the education side. So that's kind of cool on there. Let me have a look at the site here. So you can actually explore all NFTs. I'll just make sure I'm on the right testnet here. On my testnet, yeah, I'm on testnet v4. So you got to be on testnet v4 on the network, but you can see all the NFTs here. You can see the site, beautiful site. I think this is fantastic, really gorgeous here. So you know, all of these three teams are offering top-looking UIs so far, aren't they? They're all pretty clean and crisp UI UX experiences here. They really have thought about that, so it's kind of cool. And they've all got their own differences, but not bad there as well. Got the Bored Ape there, Pulse Eco, lots of cool stuff happening there as well. You got your old filters in here. You got your different types here: music, photography, sports, trading cards, utilities, lots of different stuff in there. And you can search through here as well. You can also create, so you can drag some files in and create your own NFTs and collections there, or at least your collections there, I think it is. You upload file description, collections, select collections. You can do that. Properties, stats, supply. Yeah, so wow, fixed time list on Marketplace. So lots of cool stuff there for people there, and that's going to be really useful, honestly. That's so good. At the moment, you can do PRC20s on TrustSwap's finance site. You can create your own PRC20 token, but being able to do NFTs would be fantastic, right? Isn't that awesome? Being able to do 721s as well. That's not really, I don't know really of a site that can do that at this stage. So it's good to see them providing these abilities to make NFTs and, of course, to do collections as well, NFT collections. It's going to be a real boom market. I can definitely see quite a few influencers and other people wanting to do things like that. Really can add a lot of value. Very exciting. All right, so that is the NFT on Pulse. Looking really, really good. I'm just making sure that I've explored everything on here, but you can definitely check all that out. I think I posted the links, didn't I, in the chat? Yeah, I did on the NFT on Pulse, so you can definitely check that out. And, of course, they have a big community, which I really like. You guys know I always focus on how many followers they got. Well, they got 2,000 on the NFT on Pulse, and they've got their how many did I say on the site here? They've got 15,500 followers because they've been doing so much educational stuff on their How to Pulse site, which is pretty amazing as well. So if you guys don't remember How to Pulse, maybe it's been a little while since you've been educated, since you guys know everything already. Here's the site here, which is pretty cool. They've got education. You can see all the educational things they have on all the topics, which is pretty cool as well. All right, let's jump through here. So that is the NFT on Pulse. That's number 3. We're going to get to number 4. Number 4 here is coming up. Where is it here? Number 4. All right, number 4, Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus is here as well. Now, they've been providing a few updates lately, and it's kind of cool. And this is an update from the 23rd of June. We have integrated a new collection into our test app. alongside wizards, you have the ability to brew witches and lock them into the cauldron to boost your yield and reduce the duration of stake. They got a few little animations there, as you can see they're playing there as well. So a little bit different is Hocus Pocus. If you want to gain knowledge about how an audit works, they've got stuff on that as well. Let me see here. Just going to jump through some of these. This was the big news we talked about the other day. We are working on our marketplace to trade boosters and cauldrons for free. Magically, we have also indexed 127 million. Can you believe it? This is how much. And magically, we have also indexed 127 million other NFTs on Pulsechain Network, which is the fork copies of Ethereum. Who wants a free copy of Bored Ape Yacht Club on Pulsechain? And of course, they've got a little picture of that as well. So it's great to see, these forks that are going to be used, going to be available for trading. Really is a big deal. Here's another one with Doodles, AU Doodles. We're still searching for a name for our marketplace for Hocus Pocus on Pulsechain. Come up with a unique name and win up to $1,500 worth of spell NFTs. Doing a telegram for groups of rules. That was on the 7th as well. Wizards and Witches, we don't have a domain for our marketplace yet, so they're still promoting that as well. What else? They got D-Gods there as well, so they're reaching out to these NFT markets, which is great, spreading the word there as well. They got about 3,000 followers so far at the moment, which is pretty cool. Now, if you hit their site here, of course, let me post this link to their Twitter account as well. You can check that out. That is Hocus Pocus. Check that as well. So this is number 4, remember, on our list. And if you go to the website, this is their website at the moment. They do have a test app on at the moment, so you can do the test app. We're going to quickly check that as well. I don't know if their Hocus Pocus Sacrifice is still open, but you can check that. And here's some of their stuff. They've got the cauldrons here. They're going to have the buy and burn as well. So they're going to have NFTs up here. We'll wait for the site to populate. That's kind of where they are at the moment on this one. So it feels like to me at the moment we could have Mintra out first. We could have either Power City's side or Hocus Pocus out second or third, and then maybe followed up by How to Pulse there with the NFT on Pulse. So we'll see how that goes, but definitely Mintra looks like it's at the front running at the moment, and it's a big deal there, and they're all looking pretty good, and we'll get more stuff on the UI there. So there are a couple of other project teams looking at NFT marketplaces, but I'm not covering them at the moment until I get more info on them. But there are a couple of others that are covering NFT marketplaces. They have their own platform they're going to be launching, so we'll probably cover those in the future when we get a bit more information. In any case, there are collections that have been launching on Pulsechain. The first big collection that sold out was PulseFunks, of course, and we've covered them a few times on the channel as the old PulseFunks. And what they did the other day is really smart. So obviously, when you mint these NFTs on Pulsechain that are native to Pulsechain, you have to they ask you to mint them with Pulse. And so PulseBank said, well, if you want to mint an NFT, we've got 10,000 NFTs. It's going to cost you 1 million Pulse. So that's a lot of Pulse you're gathering by doing that process. But it looks like they've used it very cleverly to go and stake with the validators. So we covered this the other day. It's worth mentioning. Looks like a benevolent whale set up billions of Pulse in validators and just sent all the rewards to the PulsePunks community royalty pool to be even dispersed among PulsePunks owners. Very smart move. Oh, and the king of validating, David Feather. David Feather is managing those validators, of course, and he's got a cloud service for that too. So very, very cool. And they show their first transaction from the looks of it. 7.3 million Pulse are being transferred over. So amazing. So billions of Pulse there validating. They've gone and used all that stuff they used to raise for the NFTs to go and do validating and pass those back as well. So you got trading fees and now you got validating revenue. It really was a clever way of doing that. And of course, that is on PulsePunks there. So I thought that was pretty cool on the old PulsePunks. And they're pretty good at promoting their product, and they keep that going as well. So I'll post the link to this if you want to check out PulsePunks. We're going to check out their trading platform though. So these are the kind of collections that will trade on those marketplaces, right? So at the moment, PulsePunks got its own market. So we're going to have a look at that. So if you go to PulsePunks here, it's got its own market. This is actually live on Pulsechain, so you have to switch over to Pulsechain here. I was on testnet v4. Let me just go to Pulsechain, and you can connect, and you can see the market. You click on market here, and you can see all the details. 10,000 items, 1,100 owners. Floor price has gone up, so it has been moving around the floor price. It's the minimum price that's for sale. And that's 990,000 Pulse at the moment. Remember that the mint price was a million Pulse, so it's just slightly under the moment, but it moves around quite a bit. Best offer 10 million at the moment. 9.9% of these 10,000 are actually listed. So about 10% are listed for sale. So far, they've had 2,900 sales. They've had 4.4 million in sales volume. 4.4 billion in Pulse sales volume, and the highest sale has been for 102 million, which is 102x, right? So that's a pretty big deal. And they also have, obviously, every trading fee goes into the royalty. At the moment, royalty per punk is 25,300, and this gets paid out once a year. The next payout is in 84 days, because obviously the first one's a bit earlier there, and it's on Richard Hart's birthday, which is kind of cool, the 9th of October. So it's kind of got that poetic vibe. So they've really done some nice thinking about this, which is pretty cool. What else? They got some other stuff in here. I'm just looking at these other stuff here. All right, so they got Pulse there at the moment, so looking pretty good. The pool's got 253 million Pulse in it, so $250 million Pulse, and now they got these validators funding this as well. So very smart move on that. And of course, the cool thing about this is at the moment they're trading on the market, just buy and sell. But now they're going to get all this exposure on the marketplaces with more users that actively trade on these big 4 marketplaces that are coming out, plus 1 or 2 other marketplaces that will drop as well. So it's going to be fun to see these projects, especially the early ones, get some branding value as they launch and go. So I think that's kind of fun from that one. Another one that's popped up, of course, is PulseFunks. We've got PulsePunks, we've got PulseFunks as well. There's other ones, Pulse Apes, and other ones native to Pulsechain. Obviously, this is DeFi ones like Wats's and everything like that. Zen NFTs, there's these things as well. We're really kind of focused here on some of the more arty ones at the moment. You can see some of their ones as well. They're kind of facing the opposite way, aren't they? The opposite way, or the facing left or right, depending which way you're looking. And of course, they've been ticking that away as well. They've been minting through the collection. They've still got a while to go on the old PulseFunks. So this is another collection, and they'll get the value of being able to trade on these big NFT marketplaces, right? They're going to get that extra value when these NFT marketplaces launches. And we saw at the beginning, I looked at the volume. Remember, we're over $500 million on Ethereum trading. And of course, man, Pulsechain, does it get to 10% of that, 20% of that, 30% of that of sort of trading volume? It's going to be fun to see because it's early days on Pulsechain. Pulsechain's getting valued up. Pulsechain is a place where you can get big returns, right? Already Pulsechain is very successful, particularly if you think about when the sacrifice was and now. It's held up the value very nicely compared to where prices have gone in the bear market. So it's kind of cool from that. And of course, the charts are looking pretty good. The fundamentals are looking amazing. Not only have we got these big NFT markets coming, but we've got the big DeFi coming in month 3 and month 4 as well. It's only getting better from here. We've got, PulseFunks collection there. And let's have a quick look at their website here. 5,415 so far have been minted out of 10,000. Now, interestingly enough, this has got, with the Pulsepunks, there was 1 million to mint a Pulsepunk, but here it's 420,000. So it's got a lot lower to mint a Pulsepunk. We'll also see what other game that they have. Pulsefunks are punks facing left. Obviously, Pulsepunks were facing right. This is one facing left. We are double flipping the corporate status quo and creating an authentic Web3 paradigm. So you're going to get a lot of stuff like this with corporate art there. So be free and be funky on Pulsechain. And of course, you connect your wallet and mint those out as well. Now we'll see what other gamification these guys have, because obviously Pulsepunks is doing pretty good. There's other ones out there like Pulse Apes and other things like that, but that is kind of 2 of the ones I wanted to just showcase at the moment. So that is kind of our first section of the live stream, just showcasing those big 4 NFT marketplaces coming, the potential upside value that they may create, and of course, the more users in that part of the market, Pulsechain will be serving NFT market very well with those 4 big NFT marketplaces, plus a couple others that are out there, and we might cover those in future too. Really, really cool. So onwards and upwards for the NFT sector, the 721s, 1155s, it's coming, and it's going to be fun. And the cool thing is unlike the other ones on Ethereum, you get a profit share, right? You get the profit share from all the trading. It's a game changer on both accounts. So very, very cool. Let's see what our poll results are. We got 43 votes in. I'll just give you another 30 seconds if you want to put a vote in for the NFT vote. We'll count that down, and I'm going to finish that poll. Very nice stuff there. We're going to get the second section of the live stream, which is the markets on Pulsechain. And then we're also going to get into the third section, which should be NFT projects, including Liquid Loans Update, which is one of our top 3 DeFi ecosystems. We're going to get into that too. So definitely, again, let's see if we can get one more vote on there. We've got 44. See if we can get to 45 votes on the old poll. And it's good that I remembered to end the poll at the right time on the live stream. It's just the way it goes. All right. In the meantime, let's get into some of the comments that we've got as well about this before we move on to the crypto prices. I'm going to end that now. We're at 44. I'll end that. So let's do that and see what the results are. Here we go. So will you pick up some NFTs on Pulsechain? We've got nope, 50%. So obviously a lot of people that watch this channel and that being in Hex or Pulsechain into DeFi, so it's probably not surprising there. 50%, 27% maybe get into NFTs, and 15% own some already. And yes, they will pick up some more NFTs. And yes, 6% yes, but don't own any yet. So it's about 21%. So about 1 in 5 people there suggesting that they will be participating in NFTs. So cool to see. All right, so you can definitely see, even with like that small poll, that 20% of people at least involved in the NFT market here. All right, let's jump into some of the comments about that as we go. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas. All right, let's see where else we're up here. We got. I think I got up to there. Charity says, I got my airdrop. I got a few others to get there as well. Wasn't worth much. Yeah, the PX one. Yeah. They're apparently going to be doing 10 airdrops, and this was number 3. So they've got a lot more airdrops to come. Pudding Guru in the house there. Good to see Pudding Guru. Paul O'Shea. I all hope you're doing well. Doing well indeed. Brennan says, Paris Hilton made an NFT. Yes, she did. Paul O'Shea has got the orange cat in the house. I don't know what that is, but orange cat. Hi all from Archipelago. Good to see you, Archipelago. We've also got Elias as well. Happy Sunday, crypto family. Good to see you, Elias. Yeah, it's still Sunday in the United States. It's a Monday down in Australia, New Zealand. And this is the way it goes. Yeah, quality in the Midwest is terrible right now because of the Canadian wildfires. Nice job getting that under control, Communist Trudeau. Yeah, that's the truth. Hopefully, Polyev will kick that guy out if the people wake up. Mitch already trading on Pulsex, and no, I think we got to that one. What else there? I'm staking my mint on testnet, says Sandy Beach on Mintra. Yeah, fantastic. I think that's going to do very well indeed. Tortoise John says, what's it all about? Boom, boom, boom. What's it all about? Pixel Park is going to smash the NFT market, says Tortoise Johnny. Nice. Good to see you, TJ. So, me and Pixel Park from Power City. Jerry Torres as well. Hi, all. Good to see you. Where else are we jumping in here? Terry says, I'm still waiting for Mintra and Liquid Loans. Yeah, they're coming soon. We're going to get up to that too. What else we got in there? How to Pulse is awesome, says Sandy Beach. Yeah, they've been amazing with their Pulsechain education for a couple of years now. Been amazing and helped a lot with people getting hacked accounts as well. Let me jump through some of this. Sandy Beach says, I have a PulseFunk as a birthday gift. Nice one, Sandy. It's always nice to get that for free. Who else has jumped in here? We got Ramon Corello. What's up, family? Good to see you, Ramon. Very cool. Welcome, everybody. We've got about 50 people in the house, so welcome, everybody. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button and get into our Discord. The link is in the video description. And, of course, it's free. Well, let's get on to our second section of the live stream. We're 39 minutes into the hour, and here we are at the moment. BTC just chilling over 30K. Man, it's teasing us, man, honestly. We're trying to get this mini bull run on, and here we are just sitting, teasing here over the 30,000. And of course, we got up to 31.4, 31, something like that. And here we are for no real good reason, just profit taking, really, back down just above 30K. But we are holding that 30K, and I guess it's the positive. ETH as well, 1916 was over 2,000 briefly, and that's teasing us as well. Bring on the mini bull run. We've got about a week and 3 days until the Fed meeting, something like that. Yeah, looking forward to it. BNB is down 3.7% at the moment. And of course, XRP has been the star of the show with the old court case, not a security front foot there, is up 4.4% at 74 cents at the moment on XRP. That's generally good news for all of us, that call. So we're looking forward to that building on that court case and getting crypto more free with the courts. So that'd be cool. It's now or never, right? Now or never. We've got Coinbase, on the front foot as well. They're all trying to push back Binance as well. So that is kind of the markets at the moment. Let's jump over to the Pulsechain. Pulsechain at the moment. Let's have a look at where Pulsechain is at. 000117. That's up 1.2% at the moment. 17% above sacrifice price. So that's looking good. I think the charts are looking pretty good on the old TA. And of course, the fundamentals coming up over the next 36 days for Pulsechain with these big four NFT markets, the big four DeFi projects coming, and that includes Power City Liquid Loans, Fiat, and 9-inch DEX coming. I think that's huge, right? That's huge. So fantastic. We also see the POS ecosystem is already expanding massively. The second biggest DEX outside, after Pulsex. So we've got lots of good things happening in the space. And the big deal that's going to bring on stable coins, oracles, leverage. Leverage is the key there for the price appreciation. And that's going to be huge, right? And tax advantages there too. So lots of cool things coming in the next 30 to 60 days. Pulsex as well is at 000373. Of course, it's got all that stuff with the NFTs and DeFi going to benefit Pulsex. But of course, also the single-sided staking, potentially the DAO as well. We've got lots of cool things coming from Pulsex, and you never know what surprises Richard has in store as well. Not just for Pulsex, but the incentive token. We've got quadruple 0373 up 2%, slightly higher than the Pulsechain. And at the moment, one Pulse will get you 3.14 Pulsex at the moment. So Pulse definitely the stronger out of the two for the moment. But of course, with all those big things coming from Pulsex, we will see whether we get that snapback that we're kind of expecting there with the ratio. And of course, Pulsex is dramatically below sacrifice price at 37% of sacrifice. So a long way to go. That looks like the easiest one for a run up. The burn is at 248 billion Pulsex at the moment. We are so close to $250 billion burn on the Pulsex, and we're going to hit that soon. We're at 1.19% of the total public supply is now burned, which is fantastic. So really cool stuff happening and about to happen for Pulsex. Incentive token there is the ratio is at 70,654. We're up 6.18%. So that's a standout today. Is the incentive token just again for another day. We're at 5.6 million total supply. We've got 3.6 million in the incentive token. The whales have taken some moves on the old incentive token, and it looks like it obviously hit the bottom there, and people are accumulating that. There are different scenarios around the incentive token, and they definitely look like they're playing out at the moment. And of course, single-sided staking pools and the rest of the cool stuff and DeFi and NFTs coming. So good timing, it seems, for that. Hex at the moment is at 2.16 cents on the Pulsechain. So PHEX, that's down 1.38%. One Hex at the moment on Pulsechain will get you 185 Pulse at the moment. And if you EHEX is at 1.1 cents. So 1.1 cents. If you add those up together, that's 3.21 cents at the moment on the combined price, which is holding in that 3 cent range at the moment. Obviously, with the highest of stakes, with about 19, 18 days away until the 4th of August. So that is coming up as well. So we'll see whether we get a little run up on that too. That is the old Hex. Looking at the validators, of course. Validators at the moment, 862.5 billion Pulse is staked with the validators, which is amazing. You add that to the buy and burn, which is over 134 billion. It's pretty spectacular. Are we quite at there? Let's quickly check the numbers on that. 862.5 plus let's 134. We'll just take the numbers. I don't think they're updating, but we'll take the numbers. Yeah, 996.5 billion is sunk at the moment. We're so close, about 3.5 billion away from 1 trillion supply sink for Pulsechain. And don't forget, Liquid Loans is coming out with their fork of liquidity, and that will sink up a lot of Pulse as well if we get the expected volumes on that we're expecting from the big accounts and retail. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so 26,959 validators at the moment. It is absolutely climbing strength to strength every day as the old validators. Look at that number. It's absolutely spectacular. And we have 301 validators entering into validation for Pulsechain. It's unbelievably successful, I think. It is ticking along. This is a really good sign, folks, these validator numbers. And the APR is clinging on. The APR is clinging on to 20%, but that's going to drop under 20% at the moment. That's about to drop. So the validators are just coming on. Will be over 27,000 tomorrow. onwards and upwards. And if you remember Richard Hart's original calculations, about 3 or 4% APR with around about 40,000 validators. I think it's going to be slightly better than that by the time we get there, but definitely we're heading up and to the right with the old validators. Very positive for Pulsechain. Leads us into the gas prices at the moment. 5 cents for a Pulsex swap, 0.3 of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer, and 1 penny for a PRC20 transfer. 158 times cheaper than Ethereum and 203 times cheaper than Bitcoin. Obviously, we talked about Ethereum later in the year with the Cancun upgrade, with proto-dank sharding and then full dank sharding, trying to increase the pipe, lower the fees, and then, of course, the Uniswap V4 upgrade. We talked about that too, and that's coming around as well. Also looking to benefit from the cheaper fees. So lots of things happening on that front, right? So that's still coming down from Ethereum, but at the moment, Pulsechain is the boss man, and of course, Pulsechain can upgrade too, right? Yeah, very nice. All right, so looking good there on the old Pulsechain there. Oh, looks like we got a new thing here. Hex managed to manage your Hex stakes. Oh, so go Pulse here on .com. It's got a new site here to manage your Hex stakes. Connect your wallet, and you can manage your stakes on here too. Nice. And of course, they've got their portfolio tracker there as well, which also gives an update around the incentive tokens. If you're farming incentive, it also gives you that as well. So lots of cool things here happening on gopulse.com. Nice one on that one. All right, let's jump away to, we're on day 65. We're about to finish day 65. We're about to start day 66 in month 3. So we are really in this is the big top. This is the big month coming up. And we've got the top tier utilities and DeFi's NFT marketplaces launching. So it's a lot of fun in the next 30 to 60 days. It's going to be really great. All right, let's get into the charts here. This is the charts at the moment. So looking really quite good on here on the old Pulsechain, in my view. That's kind of cool, looking really, really good. And we've got so much big fundamentals coming this the next 30, 60 days. I think this chart's never really going to go up and to the right. Pulsex as well. And we're also looking good on the moving averages, on the channels, everything else. If you overlay all those, it's looking pretty good. And Pulsex as well is maybe about to really explode with all these big DeFis and protocols and leverage lending. Looking forward to that. 30, 60 days. It's going to be fun. Incentive token there as well is up and to the right. So some of the whales have moved to accumulate that, potentially in position for single-side staking pools, the DAO and things like that. So and the rest of the stuff that's coming for Pulsex. What else? We got Hex at the moment on Pulsechain. There's the chart there at the moment. Just taking a bit of a profit take, bit of a breather at 2.152 cents on Pulsechain. EHEX there on Ethereum is also at just over 1 cent. So defending that 1 cent at the moment is the old EHEX, ready for getting closer to the, let's have a look at the daily, getting closer to the 4th of August. So that's not too far away. Let's have a look. 4th of August, that is currently 18 days away. So it's right on that. 18 days away. So we're getting up there. We're going to get another run up into that. It's going to be fun to see. At the moment, of course, the ratio at the moment on PHEX to EHEX is dropped. Look at this drop. So we had this big run up of PHEX over EHEX, and then it's just dropped down. Look at that. Wow. And actually yesterday it got down to 2.02. So almost 2 EHEX for 1 PHEX. And at the moment it's 2.08. So that is really weakened off there. You were very lucky if you did a nice ratio trade at 2.7, and now you're down at 2.08. So EHEX is moving back to that parity line as well. So a lot of fun ahead of us here. All right, let's look at the combined price of EHEX and PHEX. This is the chart on investex.io. We've covered that the other day with an interview with the founder. Check it out. It is really the best management portfolio out there. It really looks great for a workspace. And we got the price there at 3.22 combined. This is the combined price of EHEX and PHEX. Look at that, beautiful. And I've changed the colors to make it look nice and purple and pinky or whatever, but it looks pretty good there as well. This is on the daily, and of course looking really, really nice at the moment. Now you can just change the format, of course. I can change it to let's do candles. Oh, not that candle. Let's do what's the other line I was going to do? Bars. Is it bars? No, not bars. Let me look here. I had it on the best one actually already, but what line is the line? That's the line. Yeah, I do like the area one though. The area is looking pretty good. So 3.22. And let's see what happens from here. Like I say, I feel like 4.5 cents is kind of the next line, and then potentially you get the top of the line there, maybe into the 7 cent mark combined on the old Pulsechain. and let's see whether we get a bit of a run up for the highest of stakes premiere on the 4th of August, 18 days away. Let's see how we go. All right, let's have a look here on the main. We're going to look at the projects now. So that we've got all these at the moment. We've just talked about Richard Hart tokens. We're going to move into the top PRC 20s price discovery. Then we're going to look at the meme coins, and then we're going to look at the Pulsechain projects. And we've got quite a few updates for all of these now. So we're in the third section of the live stream. We've got lots of stuff to talk about. So at the moment, the top PRC 20s, we've got Pepe at the top at the moment, up 12%. And doing pretty well, 497k in liquidity too, which is pretty nice. So let's have a quick look at this chart. This is the top performer in the PRC 20s that I'm tracking. And look at that chart. Not bad, actually. Not bad is that chart. So looking pretty good. Like I say, I think Pepe is the one most likely to head towards parity with Ethereum. I think it's definitely up there on that. It's not the only one, but it's definitely looking pretty good on the chart. Now, that being said, of course, when people get their copies on the chain, they may not find out about them. They may find out about them later, and they can always sell into a rising market. But maybe they also take, a few of them, maybe not a few of them take the view of actually, I would like this to price up too, like it is on Ethereum. So there's a bit of that going on, but you're always going to get those sellers in the market. That's just the way it goes. So that's doing pretty well at the moment. Compound is up as well. That's got pretty small liquidity, but that's up 11%. So Pepe is the big mover. Wrap Bitcoin too has decided to reverse its trend, and Wrap Bitcoin has popped back up as well. It's up 8%. So that's off a little base there. So has Wrap Bitcoin, which doesn't actually have Bitcoin backing like the Ethereum side, will that start to rally as well, become kind of a meme coin representation of Bitcoin? We will see at the moment. At the moment, $53 is the old Wrap Bitcoin there. All right, let's see what happens there. Matic is up 8% as well. Link is up a little bit there at 4%. Axis Infinity up 3%. Floki is up 2.5%. So you've got some small moves there. Now, SHIB, of course, is one of the big ones that we expect to have a good chance of going to parity. If anything is right, it might go to 10% of 30%. There's certainly about 30x returns, on the upside for some of these tokens. And so we'll be looking to see, particularly, Pepe, SHIB, whether they can, price themselves up. There's no reason why they shouldn't, right? Although, of course, we've got the same issue. People that got copied over, they can always come in and sell into the rising market there. So we'll see. We have seen that on some of the other markets. On Aave in particular, I think we saw that. So that's kind of cool. At the moment, of course, Aave down at the moment 3%. ApeCoin down 5%. Uniswap is down 12% at the moment. Lido is down 16%, etc. OKB 55%, although there's not much liquidity in some of these pools. Some of them have a different pools liquidity. At the moment, top liquidity pools in the PRC 20s is Pepe, followed by Wrap Bitcoin, followed by Maker. Maker's an interesting one. That'll be an interesting one to watch. And, of course, 108,000 in SHIB and so forth. And Bitcoin's got a couple of high volume pairs, actually. And then Link is down to 56K. Wise Token's kind of not people talking about that, but that is actually had a really good little run on the old Wise token. And, of course, you can see that's not a bad little run there on the old Wise token there. The biggest liquidity pool on Ethereum, right, for ERC20. So not bad, not bad. So that is the top PRC 20s. We're in price discovery mode on ending day 65, beginning day 66. So it's still pretty early days there, and we're not quite in that bull run yet. We're trying to get there. We're trying to get the mini bull run. We're sort of sitting just over that 30K Bitcoin. All right, so Pulsechain projects, let's look at that. We're going to look at memes first, though. Memes at the moment, the top meme performer that I'm tracking is a Dodge, of course. Dodge there from Jeff Kadakis and the Trust Swap team that launched. That is up 18%. So that is looking pretty good. Dodge on Pulsechain, and it's currently at 701316, up 18%. And we can see a little tweet there from Dodge on Pulsechain from Jeff Kadakis. We've got some heavy hitters on our side. Pro the Dodge and Jeff Kadakis there from TrustSwap. Don't sleep on the OG meme community on Pulsechain. So there we are. That is riding up there. And, of course, they've got some things coming, as we talked about the other day after the Twitter space that Jeff Kadakis had last Friday, I believe it was. So that is going to be interesting to see. Watch this Pulse Dodge as well, the old Dodge token. So kind of cool. That's where that is at. Let's go back from there. So that's number one performer, up 18% on my watches here. Obviously, we've got the 9-inch DEX launching, one of the four big NFT, one of the four big DeFis coming up. and I've added them in because they had a really big capital raise, sacrifice raise. I think it was $14 million. So it's a pretty decent raise there, putting them in the top 5. And we've got Paul Pleb there is doing pretty well, up 7%. We'll be watching this one. This was likely to get a pull where the BBC token will earn. I believe it's going to be day 5, the beginning of day 5. The first 2 days, you got to hold 9-inch for the pulls. It's going to be pretty mad gains on that. And then the second 2 days, BBC token, the incentive token, it's going to launch. You'll be able to do pulls for that. And I believe day 5, the beginning of day 5, will be all the other pulls, and of course preferential treatment, no doubt, or at least supported treatment of Paul Pleb and Pulse Dodge, a PLD token we're talking about also. So which is the original Pulse Dodge, by the way, on there. So that is what's that got? 4 zeros, 1192. So we're looking forward to see what happens with these pulls when they get a big incentive added to it. That adds utility, right? You got a big incentive to it. It's going to be pretty neat. Pulse Dodge, of course, is also up 8.5%. Pulse Dodge there, that's the other one that's going to be there. So remember, 9-inch is going to have Paul Pleb, Pulse Dodge, 9-inch, and BBC token. It's going to be fun to see that as well. So we might see a big second run-up. We had one run-up for the sacrifice, and then a second run-up, we're going to watch that too. So that's coming. And, of course, we've got a meme tease from the 9-inch team, and it could very well launch this week. We will be watching for that. They certainly had Richard Hart say next week, so we'll see what happens there. So very exciting stuff happening on the old Paul Pledge, so nice to see that. We've got Ben token also has been performing very well amongst the memes, and that's up 14% at the moment. And it's been performing pretty well, but it's very volatile on the old Ben there as well. And so we were trying to follow that too. Fluffy Slippers has fallen to the bottom today. That was number 1. And PPL is still doing okay from the looks of it. So yeah, Dodge number 1, Ben number 2, and Pepperlorian there number 3 at 13%. So Pepperlorian still looking okay there. Look at that, not too bad as well. Looks a little bit like the Wise token one actually, the whole chart. All right, so that is the memes. I think that was all I want to talk about. That. Let's get into the final category, the Pulsechain projects. And of course, this is going to get a bigger and bigger and bigger category as more and more launch. The number 1 though today, up 72% that I'm tracking, is TYRH from Jacob and the BNB Pot team. Look at that chart. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! All-time high live here on the Hex token is the chart, and it looks amazing. It looks amazing. Look at that. 0005015. Liquidity 150K. The ultimate meme coin that burns RH tokens. That's pretty much it. You stake it, and you also get some claims, and also get to participate in the Richard Hart wallet should that come out with a sacrifice. So that is looking pretty good at the moment. So very, very cool. 0005005. That price looking like the boss. Now, there is a 30% slippage on the way in. So 30% tax, a bit like an hourglass, but it's a utility with other features. And of course, there's 12% on the way up. Now, I do think that it says 30%, but I think it may be 22 actually. So I need to double check that. But at the moment, that is what you have to have. You have to do a one-time slippage change so that you can actually purchase it. So otherwise, it will do nothing when you go to buy it because it's got that big slippage on it. Right. So that is looking amazing at the moment. 0005, unbelievable. How many makers? 61 makers at the moment. 73 buys, 47 sells. So kind of cool there on that one. All right. What else are we going to say about that? The website at the moment. This is the website. I've got on the Play wallet that we use here on Hex Token channel. I've actually got a stake in here to demonstrate this from Jacob. Probably the smartest. Oh, look at that. 14.8 million Pulsex in there. Let's see if I can burn that. I'm not sure if I can. We'll try. We've got enough pulse. No, I don't have enough pulse. Let me change the wallet. I think I got a pulse on one of these other wallets. Let me go to this one. And do I have to connect? I probably do. Let me see if I connect. I don't even know what address that is. Let me have a look. Connect. Where's connected sites? No, not that one. Connected sites. Let me connect here. I'll switch to that one. Yeah, I'll do it. Let me switch to that one. That switched. I think it might have. Let me know. Let's see. Let's try and burn that if we can. Let's do. Yeah. All right. Let's confirm that. All right. Successfully burnt. Very nice. So we just burned 14.8 million Pulsex live here on Hex Token. Isn't that fantastic? That's off the market forever gone. Bye bye. And that's a pretty decent amount of little Pulsex we just burned. So that's kind of cool. That's gone forever. Burn, burn, burn. I love it. Anyway, so there's the slippage. So 30% buy slippage. That's sort of the tax in. When buying TRH, 30% of the value is spent on burning RH tokens. To trade TYRH, you need to set your slippage settings to at least 30%. You have to remember to reset it back to normal, though, afterwards, right? Sell slippage is 12% when selling TRYH. 12% of the value is spent on burning RH tokens. So it's burn, burn, burn. So what's that? 42%, assuming that's correct. To trade TYRH, you need to set your slippage setting to at least 12% if you're going to sell it. Otherwise, it will do nothing when you go to try and sell it. That is the official contract, is C9A5. So that's in the play there. I'll post this link in the chat there if you want to check it out. But certainly it is pretty fun. Certainly doing what it's designed, that's for sure. Just the TYRH. Yeah, looking good there. That is the chart up and to the right. Let's go down to the claim. So when you do burn, obviously you're burning for the public good of the RH ecosystem. You're burning all those tokens. But on the upside, you do get to claim some airdrops based on how much you've got staked as percentage of your TY. But remember, when you're burning those things, they get burned. So you only get that less. So you get 7% of the tokens when you go to stake. At the moment, the first airdrop is going to be time token, 8.5 million of those. It also will give you your share of time based on your amount of TYRH that you got staked. Upcoming, of course, that's in 7 days and 23 hours is that first airdrop of time. Good thing for us is that time has really bolted. Time is doing pretty well there on the old price, so that makes that more valuable. Prices, time token has been doing very well. Look at that price on time token. Let's hold it. Fingers crossed it holds up. Holds up there for the next how many? 7 days and 23 hours. That's a long time in crypto, especially after a run up like that. But fingers crossed on that one. Anyway, that's going to be a certain share of the time. And of course, you've got the staking there at the moment. So I've got how much in this wallet? I've got 464,000 TYRH staked, and I've got 0.1% of the 0.107% of this total staked at the moment. It's kind of cool. It says I'm in the Peter McCormick league, but I don't believe I am. I'm pretty sure I'm in the low one there. Your stake is 55 days, the minimum of that. And the staker leagues are hilarious. Everyone loves these staker leagues. We've got Richard Hart's brother at the top there. That's a big super whale. Got a couple of super whales in there. Louis Vuitton, Rolex, 5 diamond, Red Bull. Just goes on. Top Hat, Candlestick, Cyvive, Peter Schiff, Blocks, Eric's Bulls, hashtag family channel. Peter McCormick, FTX customer, and Penny Picker there as well. So pretty hilarious. And it's telling me that I'm in this one here, which I think they've changed that around because, oh yeah, I guess that's where I am. No, that's correct. I'm in the right one. 20% of people there. So I'm not sure how many that is. And people there, quite a few people in that pool. So a lot of fun there. The other thing, of course, is that should there be a Richard Hart wallet sacrifice, you will also get past that. A benevolent whale might notice your act of kindness and reward you based on TYRH holdings. So that's for the Richard Hart wallets. That's also an extra benefit on top of these snapshots. Now, they've obviously got all these other top tier non-Richard Hart projects airdropping. They got the Fiat, the Tony, the PHUX, the PLSP. I'm imagining there are probably going to be a lot more coming down the line. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a lot more airdrops. Could be pretty lucrative, actually. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, staking is a big player. But what I want to talk about too was the fact that 50.64% of all the TYRH is now staked for a meme coin. Say what? For a meme coin? I mean, that's just crazy stuff. That is huge amount staked. 50.64, and it's only like a couple of days old. So some crazy stuff right there on the old TYRH. So that's number one at the moment, up 72%. OMG. The big burn, of course, is huge. So fun times there. So we were following that. That's pretty neat. And what's the next best performer? We've got Internet Money, of course, and Time Token. They're doing pretty well. We've also got Texan Token up 6% as well. Tetra up 5.4%. What else there is doing well? Pulse Rates up 3%. And the Fiat there. Fiat is part of the PH ecosystem or PH universe. And of course, that has not launched, but that is coming up too. We're going to talk about that. That Fiat is expected to launch in a little while. So kind of cool. Now, Fiat, of course, they've had a big airdrop on at the moment. So they had a big Twitter space earlier. I know many of you have claimed this already, but they've had thousands claim this already. Thousands were listening to Twitter space. The thing with this, though, the earlier you get in, the more you get. So you have to qualify first. You have to be in the right sacrifice. And then secondly, I think they redid Pulse again. I think they did Internet Money. I think they did a Poor Pleb and things like that. So you had to qualify, but then secondly, you had to get in early, because as people get in, it goes down and down and down. So it might end up only being a few dollars or something like that. So that's the one thing. But anyway, this is round 3 of probably 10 rounds that they're going to be doing. And of course, this is part of the PH ecosystem. And of course, we know that PHux there has been the most successful so far in terms of TVL, 45 million TVL so far. And of course, they're about to launch the Fiat, Fokavave, and the famous one as well. Now, Fiat is expected to launch probably before the end of this month on the old Pulsechain. That's currently on Ethereum, but on Pulsechain, and I think it will do pretty well there. And then, of course, they've got their big fork of GMX, the famous one, expected to launch next month in August. So those are the 2 timeframes for the PHX system. So like I say, the next 30 to 60 days are going to be amazing. We're going to have pretty much most of the top TVL protocols, excluding delegation protocols like Lido and Rocket Pool, over on Pulsechain within 4 months. So of launch, Pulsechain launch. That is a huge deal. And the bigger deal about that, of course, is that these are all leveraged platforms. Liquid Loans, Power City, and the PH ecosystem. These are all big leverage protocols. So you can leverage, and that means you can push the prices up of the protocols and not have to sell your tokens as well. So there's some cycling in there as well. So it really is incredible. There's also going to be, obviously, with Power City, it's going to have amplifiers in there as well. So you're going to be able to auto compound. You're going to be able to implement strategies. So lots of cool stuff coming for the old ecosystem. Really is exciting. So looking good there on the old projects. That's kind of cool. Now, also, just a big of a friendly mention here. Halgo is on its last day of launch, final day of Halgo launch. So that is ticking away there on Halgo, halgo.io. You can see one day they got 71 million so far has been deposited of Hex in there. Once again, you want to check with Pulse Police on this, but Halgo's been around for a long time. 23 hours and 22 minutes to go. 72.4 million Hex deposited so far. So that is ticking along there pretty well on the old GOAT meme coin there as well. So cool. You can buy Hex and enter launch there as well. Obviously, Hex prices tended to go up since they launched, but maybe it's just coincidence there because we've got the highest stakes coming out. It's ticking along on the old Halgo there. All right, that's Halgo. I'll just post a link to that if you want to find out more. But once again, check Pulse Police as well. How are we doing for time? 1 hour and 8 minutes. Not bad at all. All right, so that is Halgo. Let us jump over to some of the other news. This is the big news of the day, is Liquid Loans. So Liquid Loans, one of the top 3 DeFi protocols. Audit update, Liquid Loans, of course, is coming. And Liquid Loans draft report from the audit and security partner, Halborn Security, is in. Proud to confirm that Liquid Loans has passed with flying colors. Final report will be made available to the community when we have it. True DeFi is coming to Pulsechain soon. Really is going to be amazing. Honestly, the benefits of Liquid Loans, fork of liquidity, they're going to bring us oracles, the Fetch Oracle. They're going to bring the ability to earn revenue there. You can be an Oracle reporter. They're going to bring multisig, which will be Pulsechain safe. So it's going to be great too. They're also going to bring stablecoin, USDL. We'll have probably be our first, if not second, probably first at this stage, stablecoin on that's native to Pulsechain. It's also going to have incentive pools in there as well. So it's going to be huge on the incentive providing for that liquidity. So bullish, more revenue earnings. It's going to have obviously not having to sell your Pulse. You'll be able to collateralize your Pulse. So it's going to add new utility to Pulse. It's going to supply sync Pulse as people put their Pulse in and get USDL. It's also going to have platform revenue with loan token. You can be able to stake your USDL or your loan token and earn yield off the platform. So it really is mega awesome. And of course, what people can do with the USDL is they can go buy more of the Richard Heart tokens, more of their favorite tokens out there as well. So power leverage is huge in pricing assets up. And also obviously tax benefits for some people not having to sell their crypto, and of course getting those stable coins, whether that's eligible depending on your country. So really, really neat stuff coming there with Liquid Loans. This is huge. One of our top 3, the biggest sacrifice project, over $50 million. And very professional team doing very well on the marketing as well. big shout out to Matt and people like that have played a big role in spreading the word. And of course now Walrus as well is their community promotions manager kind of thing. So looking really good on this. There's the old Liquid Lines, big deal coming soon. It's all happening, folks, and we're early. We're still early. Day 66 is about to start. It's a lot of fun. All right, so that's Liquid Loans, and of course we talked about the fact that Famous had their airdrop, and of course you can find that on the fatty.io site. I'm going to post this little list here, this little link here that's retweeted. This is how to claim your airdrop on the old fatty Famous fiat type of ecosystem, the PH ecosystem, and that is how you claim that if you want to go do that. So probably a couple of dollars if you qualify. All right, that is pretty much it, and that was from the Fiat team. They retweeted that. There we are, from Fiat Intern, Bussin' Boy. All right, so that's pretty much it on those. So the market's looking not too bad. And let's have a look at the old Hex daily stats. We've got day 122 hot off the press there, 16th of July. Hex.com, check it out in the video description. You can buy Hex on Pulsechain and Hex on Ethereum. On Ethereum, we're up 5% on the price. Nice to see. And the Hex payout today, 6.552. So price is up, yield is up, looking good. And yield is looking good anyway. We've got a top day in the share rate after yesterday's huge rise there of 102. We're sitting at 28,282 on the share rate. That only goes up and to the right, so it doesn't come down. The average mine length, 7.02 years. The APY, 38.73%. The liquidity in the pool is down, so less X in the pool. We've gone down from 175 million down to 166, and the amount of US dollars has gone from 168,000 to 280,000, so a lot more USD in the pool, and ETH has gone up by 28 ETH as well, up to 254, sorry. We've got change in T-shares up 2,127. So Hex is really easy to understand. We have a reward pool and an ownership pool. The ownership pool's got T-shares in it. You get that when you stake your Hex or mine your Hex and burn your Hex. You get T-shares in return, and that's gone up by 2. So the ownership pool's gone a little bit bigger, and we're at 9,903,000 T-shares altogether. Let's have a lock at the lock percentage of coins. 9.41% of all Hex is locked at the moment on the Ethereum chain. Pretty modest penalties. In other words, people are keeping their responsibilities when they go to mine Hex with their T-shares. And of course, that means you get a bit extra in the old T-share payout. Liquid holders up 15, miners up 5, and we're up to 120,350. Now, the key thing here is the trend has changed on the old Ethereum chain. We can see that on the ratio. Have I still got the ratio up here? I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Yes, we've got the ratio up, so the trend has changed. We had a P-Hex breakout. Now that's been pulled back by EHEX, and we've got the highest stakes coming up in 18 days. So now we've got, obviously, we've had a change in liquid holder trend. That was all negative. It's now positive. And now we're starting to see glimpses that we're getting more miners on the old ETH chain too. Still early days. Still getting a bit more data, but certainly starting to show a trend change on the old miners. So that's kind of cool for Hex on Ethereum or EX. Total holders up 110 to 576,595. That is day 1,322 on Hex on Ethereum. But we've also got Pulsechain. Pulsechain, of course, just finishing day 65. So Hex on Pulsechain, the 16th of July, down 0.5%. So we actually had an increase on the EHEX, 5%, but down slightly on the PX, which means EX is coming back a little bit there. The payout, though, 6.564 Hex per T-share on Pulsechain. The dot day and the share rate sitting at 28,270. The average mining length gone below 7 years on Pulsechain. Unbelievable. Shock and awe. 6.99 is the years of average staking length on Pulsechain. So EHEX winning out on that one. 38.55% on the APY rewards. Let's have a look at the T-shares. Wow, T-shares up a massive 1,577 after being down the last couple of days. We're sitting at 9,928,000. So about 25,000 T-share difference between EHEX and PHEX. So more on the old PHEX side. Let's have a look at the percentage staked. 9.4% of Hex is staked on the Pulsechain. Penalties have been really amazing on Pulsechain lately. I mean, look at them. 20 million, 2.3 million, 2.5 million, 12.7, 1.6 million. So we've had some pretty big trauma there on the Pulsechain. But of course, people are buying and selling a lot of stuff over Pulsechain, right? So that's probably part of that. We got 961,000 in penalties. Not quite a million, almost there. Liquid holders down 14. So we had more liquid holders on each chain. But the miners are up 72, which is a really good number. And of course, the highest of stakes coming out. We're going to get big brand recognition from that as those movie theaters come out, and hopefully those big streaming services looking good there. They need to do something with the billboards. The billboards need to get bigger. They need the big name up there. The billboard design needs to be changed. But apart from that, everything's going pretty well. 72 is the increase in miners, 122,794. It's about a 2,500 difference in miners between PHEX and EHEX, with PHEX dominating that. 201 increase in holders there to 572,044. So that's the day 65 on the old Pulsechain. We're on day 1,323 on the old ETH chain, which is pretty neat. So hex.com, folks, check it out, and you get all the information there. And if you've got any questions, come into the Hex Token Discord, and we can help you out there as well. Hey, look, we're up to 1 hour and 16 minutes. It's pretty much the end of the live stream. What a cool time that was. It's been a few more minutes, though, going through some of the chats. We're going to leave the price on where we're going to leave it on the EHEX. Let's go to PHEX. Let's go to EHEX. I'm going to leave it on the EHEX chart. Let's go to the hourly as well. And that's the hourly chart there on the old Hex on Ethereum. Let me just jump up some of these comments as we wrap up. You can continue the conversation, of course, in our Discord. And I'll be back tomorrow, of course, covering some more awesome content as we document the Pulsechain growth every single day. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Pulsechain.com, hex.com. Let's go, as we say. What else? Whose comments we got in here? Let's have a look. Let's see who else has jumped in here. We got Ramon. I got up to Ramon, that's for sure. We got Bobby Velt. Here's the tweet. Oops, says Bobby. Hey, good to see Bobby. Excavator, nothing finer than a Hex miner. Yeah, that's true. They get those Hex t-shirts, man. You can also get them through the COSA auction, is right. There's some really good deals if you want some t-shirts that are far out, 15 years. You can pick up some good deals there with Hedron, bidding with Hedron. So definitely some good deals out there. What else there? We jump through some of these. We got Ivor in the house there. Yo from Raby Bay, Queenstown. Queensland, sorry, Brisbane. Nice to see you, Ivor. Sandy Beach's workout tweet is up on Twitter, so tweet that out. Let me jump through here. Yo Mummy says Ada fell on its face late to the live. Nice to see you, Yo Mummy. Yo Mammy. Who else there? Let's jump there. Jump through some of these comments. A TYRH going to the moon certainly is a Christian. It really is doing well, isn't it? On the old TYRH. Thank you, Richard Hart, as the token. I want to meet little Bubbles, says Sandy Beach. That's funny. You don't even know. Do you know? I thought, does he wear the helmet all the time, or I don't know. Let us know. There is a push to get the little Bubble to Vegas to perform. Would be awesome. That's a good idea. That's actually a good idea. I think that's a nice idea, that one. Let's jump through some of that. PH ecosystem is awesome too. It is indeed. Well, it's the biggest TVL at the moment on the old PHEX there. Let me pull that PHEX up for a quick. Have a look at that. PHEX there. The TVL is absolutely spectacular on the old PX. This also supports all the ecosystem. Yeah, $45 million. Look at that, and 35 million in trade, 35.7 million trade volume. Really is doing a great job. And you got lots of popular pools there for popular native Pulsechain tokens as well as other stuff. So kind of cool. A fork of Balancer, by the way, is that. It's better for stablecoins too. They have a better formula for stablecoin, so it's closer to 1-1. Let me jump through some of these. Sorry if I missed your comments. Hex on Pulsechain, yeah, doing pretty well. It's like Hex, says Brennan. It is indeed. That is the original Genesis, or classic Hex, as people like to call it. Nice bull flag on for EHEX, says Brennan. What a great place to finish. Yeah, nice little bull flag. And, of course, got the highest of stakes coming in 18 days. Amazing. And, yeah, the only hurdle I see is the Fed interest rates that are coming up. But apart from that, everything's looking pretty good. All right, hope you guys enjoyed yourself, and I will leave you a special video on the way out. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Tomorrow we'll be focusing a bit more on DeFi, but I hope you guys enjoyed the NFT Marketplace and NFT preview, which is coming to Pulsechain, a very big part of the market, and we look forward to it, right? But we've got everything coming in the next 30, 60 days. It's the big time. The big time is here. The top DeFis, the top 4 NFT DeFis, the top 4 NFT Marketplaces. It's a lot in store. So I hope you guys enjoyed that coverage. Take care. Don't forget, remember, Heist Stakes is on. The Pulsechain Tour is on. The Pulsechain Online Conference is coming up on the 4th. The opening premiere in Miami. There's so much good stuff happening. It really is fun time to be in Pulsechain. Spread the good word, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.
We are set for you, Richard. What do you want people to know about you?
I got a big dick. This here is $3.1 million of watches. I don't know the world's biggest diamond. You don't. I do.
Who is Richard Hart?
Genius.
Legendary.
Arrogant. Bit of a narcissist.
The benevolent king.
$250,000. Hate me. Hate me. I'm farther than you'll ever be in your whole life.
Who does this guy think he is?
Whatever the governments have been doing, it's not worked out. You've never had worse interest rates. Your money has never been worth less. Everything is getting worse. And the only thing that's making it better is cryptocurrency.
It's better than the dollar. It's better than gold. It's better money.
Crypto is money without governments, and it is money without banks.
You're not going to meet another product like this as long as you live. Yes, every scammer in the world is going to tell you something similar.
Good morning, everyone. Are you ready to look for some fraud this morning?
They are promising 40% annual percentage return.
I want to make people millionaires. I've made thousands of millionaires.
Richard Hart's Hex Token is a brilliant scam.
Desperation has a look to it. And when you're looking for just anything, you will fall for anything.
Hex is going to be the new cryptocurrency. We'll take over the market. There isn't anything else out there that's worth the shit.
Everything I have worked for all my life is staked in Hex.
Good. I put it all in.
All in what?
All of our house money.
Why is it important to you?
I want to feel loved. Don't you guys want to feel loved? Everyone wants to feel loved, right?
Richard is the Messiah.
Savior.
God. That sounds like a Ponzi scheme.
Yes.
That you're incentivizing people
like
to pull money off the market.
You know what? I think you just described a 401k.
If the music stops,
yes,
they're sitting on nothing. X doesn't make money. That's where I'm so frustrated. What is the value?
This is benefits. Do you want to get rich?
No, I don't think that it's a scheme. Because I trust Richard Hart.
It seems like some of this is just a large performance art project. And if ultimately this is all a big performance art project, people are gonna get fucked.
I mean, you can fool a couple people, but I mean, can you fool that many?
So that means I should trust you.
Listen, I think you should trust me, but if you get into the habit of trusting people like me, you'll get the crap scammed out of you.